Welcome back to the Diamond Breakfast. Now, in a significant political development, Matera Member of Parliament and leader of the opposition, now SAMPA, did officially rejoin the Patriotic Front, now under the leadership of former Republican President EDGAR Lungu. Even more notably, Mr. SAMPA did endorse CCL as the party's sole presidential candidate for the 2026 general elections, even though the Court ruled that ECL is not eligible for any presidential election. Now, this move marks a dramatic shift in political space. Just a few years ago, he took bold steps to assume control of the PF at a time of intense internal wrangling and leadership uncertainty. He convened what he described as a legitimate party convention, from which he emerged as PF president, citing the need for renewal and unity within fractured political formation. Now, he is joining us in the studio right now to speak more into this reconciliation and what it means into the opposition and its standing. Honorable SAMPA, glad you could join us on the Diamond Breakfast this morning.
Thank you for having me, Vida, and good morning, dear viewers. Mujibie P. Mudingai.
Let's get into this reconciliation between the two factions of the Patriotic Front. Just describe to us what led to you getting back together and you endorsing the former President EDGAR Lungu.
It's simple. I always simplify it. The same thing that led us to first getting married is the same thing that led us to reconciling. In the marriage of Michael Sata and the PF, who were together with President Lungu and others. But beyond that, it's the call from the people. I kept listening to the people who wanted unity in the opposition. What began as an internal fighting within ourselves. We are brothers and sisters in the PF. Very few would understand if you're not part of this family called PF. It's like trees, they rub, but they are together. So people were asking me, you may be doing what you want to do, you may have your own right to do what you're doing, but we think you must unite with everybody so that the opposition speaks one voice. This I heard from the churches. I must be honest, I had a couple of meetings with my Archbishop Banda, Alec Banda. He was also of the view, unite with your friends. I had discussions indirectly or directly with my other old Archbishop Milingo, also in Korea. They were all hinting, I unite with everybody. So I had to put my personal ambitions, my personal beliefs. When I believe in something, I fight for it by any means necessary. And after the time, I succeed. But then this time, I decided it's not about me, it's about Zambia. And the narrative that was being created that if Mao SAMPA is pulling this way, others this way, it's causing the opposition not to unite. So I put my personal ambitions down and did what the people want, give the people what they want. Politicians, leaders, we should do what people want, not what we want. So people wanted me to embrace, and that's what we've done. And we've reconciled. Everything's going very well. We used to fight with the Secretary General of the PF, Nakachinda. But now we are the best of friends. I didn't even know much about him. Now we are buddies, and we were even on a radio program together, and everything's flowing naturally. But Vida, like anywhere else, I found out that there are other people who've made it, their political career is based on me and President Lungu disagreeing and fighting. When we seemingly not united, they fuel the so-called fighting, and that's how they exist. So when we unite, they don't feel nice. They'll try to put in spanners. But no, it's irreversible.
For some, even with you uniting, they have called it, the UPND have said it isn't much of a big deal. The two factions of the Patriotic Front reuniting, they call it as a non-threat even, that they are strong where they're standing. Opposition, you can do your own thing and reconcile, but it won't bring the strength that you might be pointing out or targeting to achieve for the Zambian people, like you have said? What is your response when the UPND say your reconciling will not prove much, doesn't do much or change people's views? Where people stand is with support to the UPND and they remain strong. What is your say on them saying the PF still is not so strong even with this reconciliation?
The fact that they are talking about it themselves, the UPND, it means they can feel the pressure. You know, people only talk about a vehicle that is moving. People only throw stones at a mango that is ripe. They love discontent, they love fighting in the PF. Some of it sponsored. We know the people that they sponsor just to create confusion. But no, it's irreversible. And yes, we like it when the UPND are overconfident that nothing will change. Them, they think they've already won. They are saying they'll be around for 50 years. We like it that way. We want them to be overconfident. But come 12th August 2026, then they will realize that, oh, they were living in cloud 9. The only thing that they say our unit won't change. No, the only thing that won't change is the economy, is the price of meal. The only thing that won't change is the price of fuel. They've gotten it up there from 2021, wherever they found prices, they've gone up 100% worse. And the next 1 year, with the removal of health aid from the USA, there's nothing they're going to do. And the unity is what is unsettling them. In any case, Vida, the biggest opposition that the UPND have, no matter how much they try to put spanners in the PF or in other parties like Socialist Party, it doesn't matter. The real opposition are the people out there. And the people out there said unite. It doesn't matter. As long as we're united, we're together, we are in the numbers. They will be voting away from the UPND. Wherever they see a Janza, they will be running away and voting where the opposition will be. That's what happened in Patriotic, and that's what will happen in Lumezi if that election takes place. No, they are talking about it because the unity of me, President Lungu, and the unity of me, Honorable Lubinda, Honorable Nakachinda, and others was the last icing that was required on this cake. It's a done and dusted. Opposition were united. They will try to buy one or two opposition to keep fighting the unity, but it won't work.
Now, speaking into buying opposition or causing division, interesting that you have said that, because when you had your convention, then that was what the other faction of the Patriotic Front was saying, that you are being sponsored to divide the Patriotic Front. What is your response to these allegations that had been made that you were then being sponsored to cause this division? Now you're getting back to the Patriotic Front again. There's allegations that it's because the former president is giving you money and has bought you back. What's your response to this?
They say that. What we must do, first of all, you remind me a very good point. We must do a life audit on all of us, starting with President HH himself. We must do a life audit from 2021 to today. What is his net worth? What has he earned? And from where? We go to his ministers, the top 5 ministers, we see their life audit. Even me, the last 4 or 5 years, check what I had in 2021 and what I have now. You will see if at all there was anything different in terms of income and expenditure. Same, you go to 2011 up to now, you will see the same things I had then is the same thing I have. No, I'm beyond being bought by anybody. Now, when you talk about the convention I had, first of all, that's water under the bridge, Vida. I never left PF, and President Iseo never left PF. We were just within the main house, and we were rubbing shoulders. Now we have held hands, and we are united now. It was, I keep going to this example. We had filed for a divorce. You look at it in that narrative. And then along the way we realized, after all, we need each other. After all, we are in love with each other. We've gone back to the court to say, oh, those cases that we were fighting, we have reconciled now, please. So mulandu usile. So we're just waiting for the judge to sign. Meanwhile, to my girlfriends, it's a narrative. Like Tubene Chawinga are now going to the same judge. No, don't make them reconcile again. Don't make them the marriage. We need to finish the marriage. Me, I was the girlfriend. Girlfriend was Sila. Husband and wife are united and they never broke up.
Now, interesting that you have started on this endorsement of ECL, but we all know clearly what the ruling has been with the Concord. What makes you that confident in still pushing that ECL and endorsing ECL for 2026?
Vida, the wise, the English-speaking people say, where there is a will, there is a way. If you believe in the heart, even if there is a 1% chance and you believe, it's going to happen. It's the same thing that happened to Donald Trump. There were court cases and court cases sponsored by the Democrats, sponsored by Biden because he was scared to lose power, sponsored by Kamala Harris, the one who came here. But the court cases, and they sponsored people to sue Donald Trump just to make sure that he's disqualified. Some of the cases he was actually losing 2-3 months before the nomination, but because he had the will, and the people had the will, he managed to file and beat them pants down. It's the same with President Edgar Lungu. There was one ruling that's against him. Together with Tonse and the PF, we have filed back in the Constitution, asking the same judges, looking at the Constitution, citing articles that we think they should reverse that ruling. Is it a possibility? We think it is, and we think it will happen. And watch this space. Only because the people of Zambia want President Edgar Lungu, the people of Zambia must be given what they want. Give the people what they want. They don't want President HH. They want President Lungu.
Do the people of Zambia really want President Lungu? They spoke in 2021, clearly. They communicated what they wanted. So, again, what makes you so confident that they would want somebody that they chucked out? And they had good reason to chuck them out. So why are you so confident on someone that was thrown out previously by the people of Zambia that you say you listened to?
It's like human beings, we are dynamic in nature. We are kinetic energy. We are not static. A simple example at home, if you eat chicken, that's what was happening when Edgar Lungu was there. Zambians were eating chicken. So when the election came and said, tuanaka na yo chicken. Let's try rape, Chihuahua. So that's what now they brought President HH. Now it's Chihuahua, rape every day. They say, chicken was better. Same in the US with Edgar Lungu. Same in the USA. They had voted out Trump in 2020. And after 4 years, they realized, he's better than Biden. They brought him back. So the people have realized that the enemy is better than this one you thought that was better.
So what happened in the United States is what's
it's going to happen, and it will happen. It will happen. Where there's a will, there's a way. The Zambians have realized Edgar Lungu borrowed and did the roads, did the flyover bridges, built the schools, built hospitals. These people, in 4 years, they've borrowed more than what PF borrowed in 10 years. What Michael Sat and Edgar Lungu.
The people will say Edgar Lungu was borrowing and failing to pay back.
No, but he can show you where the money went. Here's the point. What
you have to pay back.
No, you negotiate. So you show where the money you have taken. You borrow. You show the money is here, but we don't have money to pay back. Give us a bit more time. We're negotiating. So what Michael Sata borrowed, add together what Edgar Lungu borrowed in the PF 10 years, is now less than what the HH and UPND have borrowed in 4 years. What can they show what they've used that money they borrowed? Nothing. There's nowhere they can point. Where is the money they borrowed? So whatever they were saying PF was doing bad, they've doubled it. They said cyber. They attacked President Edgar Lungu. This cyber law is bad. You must shelve it. Then it was moderated. But then what they were opposing, they come back, they upgrade it, they don't want us to speak, they don't want anyone to oppose them, and they are siphoning people, they can't speak. Anything they said was bad, they've made it worse. So the Zambian people have realized, ECO was better and we want him back, and they want him back, and it's going to happen.
Well, you're not guaranteed that, but 2026 will show us what the people of Zambia will say. I like that you've touched on the Cyber Crimes Act, obviously with it having taken effect from 2021 and the update being done just this year. You are looking at it from the opposition perspective, and again, you know it was taken into effect in 2021 and was highly opposed then, but now that you are the ones in opposition, are you taking the same standing and the same energy that they had in opposing the Cyber Crimes Act? Is it for reason of politicking, or do you really see something wrong with the updates that were made to the Cyber Crimes Act?
Vida, the difference with President ECO and President HH, President ECO would listen. So when he brought the cyber law, the NGO and the Zambians generally says, no, this is too harsh on us. Can you moderate it, make it mild? That's what he moderated it. That's what was passed in Parliament. That's why, since it was passed, there was no complaint on it, because it was not siphoning people or suffocating people. President HH comes, they bring back the same bill because they see that the media the public, they are losing public support, so they don't want anyone to pinpoint where they are making mistakes. They bring back the same things that people complained that ECO removed, and they make the cyber law harsh. It's ideally, now all they are saying is you don't oppose them, you don't do anything. So President HH did not listen to the complaints and just went and passed the law. It's the same with the Constitution, Vida. In 2021, 2020, the Bill 10 was brought there. President HH and the UPND said, no, this is too late. We are going for election. Leave it until election. At the time, it was brought to Parliament, and the PF lost. The same people, HH and the UPND, 1 year before election, they bring back the same Bill 10, same contents that they were opposing, and 1 year before election. And people are complaining, don't bring it. But because they don't listen, they'll bring it, but we'll make it fair. We'll vote against it. They've bought a few MPs. So
are you going to vote against it just for the sake of voting against it because they turned down Bill 10? Or is it that you're altogether against the amendments?
You see, they've put butter, when they're presenting it, they put butter in people's face, an expression to show they are not being sincere, they are lying to the people. They say we want women representation, we want the youths in there. And yet when you look at the cabinet of President HH, there's no single youths. Won't say Madalas like me. Women nomination, very few. The contents of Bill 10, the contents of what they have now are good, but it's the timing. The timing is what is not good. Now people want elections. We know that when it's passed, they'll sneak in something in there that we will not see. They'll talk about all the nice things, but finally, there is one element which is cardinal, which is the major one. They've put in there that the president will have powers to nominate indefinitely a number of people as he pleases, so they can pass
that's not, it still stays at the percentage that it has been. It's not an indefinite number.
If you have political goggles like I do, You know, when they are grinding in Kalingalinga, only the guy who wears that can see. They've put in there giving the government powers to do an SI to allow President HH to nominate, or even the delimitation. They will end up having more MPs in the areas that they are strong and not the opposition. There will be something in there.
Not possible. Not possible if we're going to put in a geographical side to delimitation. But that's something.
What do you mean it's not possible? Those powers will be with ECZ. Who is in charge of ECZ? UPND cadres. All of them on the top there. So if the powers they are given to do delimitation, they'll say, oh, we've gone around the countries. Let's put 50 more constituencies in Western Province, 50 more in Southern. Or Kukusai, let's put only 10. They will have the powers already. Point is, why Manje? Why not Kwembekes after election? Zambia is not ending tomorrow. And the UPN is not the first and last government. Let's wait. August 2026, there will be election. Let's agree, we'll change the constitution in September, the same things. Apamanje bola ya lila. Let's play the game, let people choose who they want. Let's not change the rules. By the way, congratulations to Council Keith Mwemba for winning elections. The rules were there. The elections took place, the councillors voted for him, and the football delegates are happy. If now he wants to change the constitution of FAS, this is the time to do it, not when there's the next election coming up. That is the principle. If the people want you, they'll vote for you. So that's the game has started. People now in their mind, they were looking to voting. And you see the mood, you can see it now. Most people have even stopped arguing. They are tired of talking because we have a president who doesn't listen. We have the UPND ministers who don't listen. What they want, not what people want, is what they want to do. So people said, okay, Tizako Onani, do what you want. They folded their arm. Waiting for August 2026. Wait for that day. Then they will come and speak and vote them out. They will not lose by a small margin. They will lose by 10 hours voting. They would have been gone.
Now, speaking more into elections in 2026, Honorable Sampa. See now the confusion, because previously we would say President Sampa. Now we are reverting to Honorable Sampa. You are current member of Matero. Come 2026, is that something we're seeing you go for towards the general elections?
Nobody has stopped you. Call me whichever you want. If you want to make it simple to you, just call me Mbappe. It covers everything. I have so many titles, and if I had to list them, I'm chairman of APNAC, which is Africa Parliamentarian Against Corruption. I'm chairman audit at the Pan-African Parliament. So I can't list all my titles. So just summarize it as Mbappe. Again, where I will stand next election, there are many options. It's the people that will tell me. Just like they've told me to unite, they've told me when we get there to the final round, they'll tell me where they want me to stand. If they want, they can even tell me, step a bench Mbappe, don't stand anywhere. I'll listen to the people. If they'll tell me, oh, here want you to play here. I'm a good player of football. I wait for the coach. The coach are the people of Zambia. They will direct me. But whenever they know that whenever they put me in the field, Akakato, I score.
You score. So,
in the right direction, not on goals, like the UPND are scoring on goals.
Okay. Your service now is to the people of Matero. Do you think you have done them justice since they re-elected you?
The people and Matero and Mao Sampa are like a phone and SIM card. We are in love with each other. I was born there, raised there, and I'm one of them. In all corners of Matero, not only in the center town there by Melissa, Emmasdale, that's like our London, but we have in George, in Chunga, in Zingalume, in Desai. That's where I spend most of my time to see how we can uplift their lives. It's an ongoing process. We've done a number of things there, and we continue doing a number of things. Whenever I go to Matero, I'm so happy to see the people. They are so happy to see me. We embrace, we hug. So don't be cheated about Matero and Mao Sampa. We like this. And it will always be like that. And whether I'm MP or not, they know that I'm always there for them, supporting them, because all of them, they are my family. So everything is going well there. We have a number of lined up projects we've been working on. It's just that this CDF is slow. I told them it's bureaucratic. From the time you apply that we need this be done to the time the council procure, it's 1 year. It takes 1 year. So that's the problem. But Matero is fine, and I'll be going there. I go there even late in the night. Every time it's like home.
Well, we would have to end on that note. Honorable Sampa, thank you for joining us on the Diamond Breakfast.
Thank you, Vida, and good morning, everyone, and have a pleasant day, everybody watching. Thank you, Vida.
Now, we've been talking to Mao Sampa, who is Matero Member of Parliament, just talking into the reconciliation of two factions of the Patriotic Front, which he has described as just family that was having a little bit of tension, and now they're back and stronger together. Let's go on a break. When we get back, we have more to get into. You stick around.